Hello, Aquarius. Welcome to Bow and Arrow Tarot. Before we get into your love weekly, just letting you all know that this is the deck and guidebook set that I'm giving away this month, the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit deck and guidebook. It's the same deck that I use in this reading, and all you have to do to be eligible is to be subscribed to my channel and give me a comment letting me know that you are interested in the drawing. And then March 31st, I will be announcing the winner. All right, this is for Aquarius, and so we're going to get right into it for my lovely Aquarius and pull out your romance angel messages. I've already been shuffling off camera so we can get right into it. Straight out we have for you, express your love. I always love that card. And we have codependency. So some of you dealing with a little bit of codependency, possibly. All right, let's get right into your wild unknown animal spirits. Fire and energy. And we have the tarantula. Both fire animal spirits, right? The person is resonating with the devil, and you are resonating with the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. They see you as the Ten of Swords, and you see them as the Page of Cups. And they see their role as a Four of Cups in the relationship, and you see your role as a Knight of Cups in the relationship. Interesting. Bottom of the deck is Six of Pentacles. So Aquarius, straight out we have codependency. Well, the devil is the card for codependent relationships, addictions, dysfunctions, right? Being a slave to our passions. And then we also have express your love. So this is interesting. Let's get right into your spread, and then we're going to tease out this message, okay? And as we go, I encourage you to try to watch the whole reading because you've been drawn here for a reason. Your guides have obviously pulled you to this video, and sometimes there's different messages that are going to come out. The devil, your person is resonating with devil energy. This is the card for Capricorn, actually. But in any case, the devil is really this energy of, toxicity, right? Codependence, not being able to rise above, having that internal power struggle, being pulled down the road of instant gratification and quick fix feelings easier than wanting to sort of maybe put the work in to rise above and get a longer term sort of satisfaction. In any case, this is a lot of times somebody who's very sort of creative in a lot of ways, but they're very unhappy with their inability to communicate their creativity or to be who they want to be or do what they want to do with their lives. And so they tend to go down this road. Now, you're resonating with the Ace of Pentacles. So right now, everything is working out great for you, Aquarius. You have the Midas touch. It could be that you either have the Midas touch right now or you have a golden opportunity that's in your lap right now that as long as you apply yourself, you can really get the most out of it. So your person is really dealing with some dark days right now. They're really dealing with a sense of codependency. They may be wrestling with some kind of behavior patterns or attitudes that are very sort of low vibrational, whereas you're right now kind of dealing with a really beautiful opportunity in your life, and so your focus is somewhere else. You do have the tarantula. The tarantula is associated with being at a crossroads in life, Aquarius, and an Ace of Pentacles event could certainly be the basis for finding yourself at a crossroads, because this can oftentimes be a golden opportunity that if you apply yourself, because nothing is sure. We can't really predict the future here because everything depends on free will. But if you apply yourself the right way, this is the type of golden opportunity that could absolutely set up the next section of your life. And so, of course, Ace of Pentacles is synonymous sometimes with a crossroads event. And the tarantula talks about being very present and being very aware and realizing that every move you're making right now has broader implications. And so bearing that in mind when you're making your decisions. Your person sees you as a Ten of Swords and you see them as a Page of Cups. So they see you as someone who... it's interesting. I think they see you as someone who's really strong. Someone who's risen above things a lot, who has fought the good fight in a lot of ways and who has sort of taken a lot of knocks, but always been strong enough to get up. Ten of Swords it's an end to a period of struggling, but it also marks a period in your life where you have transcended. You have kind of transcended in a lot of ways. You've learned a certain kind of lesson and you're much stronger and wiser. This is the end of a period of struggling because why? Not because the time of struggling itself is over, but because you have decided not to allow these things to affect you like that anymore, right? It's all down to your decision. So Ten of Swords really, it marks the end of a struggle, but a lot of ways it more marks the end of you deciding to keep struggling. And so you rise above, you're stronger, you don't allow the same things to get you down, right? Your ego has changed, your sense of self has changed. And so for your person to see you as a Ten of Swords, it really, right here in this reading, gives me this impression that they know you're a very strong person, Aquarius, and that you've been through a lot. They also, I think, are very cognizant of the fact that you have a golden opportunity in your lap and life is really about to change. So they also are very acutely aware that, yes, you are at the end of a really long period of struggling because they can see that. They can see you're about to resonate up financially and abundantly. You are seeing them as a Page of Cups, which is someone who is, they're offering you a cup of love, but it's very sort of limited, right? Page of Cups is sweet. It's love. It's the overcoming of fear about letting somebody know you care. It's giving them that token of love, letting them know how you feel, but it is hardly the type of energy that we will want to associate with a hot and heavy, highly committed relationship. Right? It's very young love. It's very sort of like, oh, I like you, you're cute, or, whatever, or I have feelings for you, but it is very naive, very early days type of love. And for you to see them as resonating with this Page of Cups, it's quite interesting that it could be that you just don't see them being enough for you. Right, Aquarius? It could see that they are just too immature for you. This could be a sign of you just feeling like you're with somebody who isn't quite at the same level that you're at in terms of, your capacity to have passion and to love. And there's a maturity factor definitely here, I think, that is coming out. Now you have Four of Cups. Your person sees themselves as a Four of Cups and you see yourself as a Nine of Cups in this relationship. Now this is interesting because Four of Cups is generally not wanting to accept that cup of love, right? Now they see their role as a Four of Cups energy. So this is interesting. It's almost as if they are resonating with a feeling of not wanting to take any help, right? Wanting to do things on their own. Because Four of Cups can also be that feeling of like, was people are trying to help you, right? And you're like, no, I don't need that help. No, I can handle this on my own. And if they see their role in this relationship as a Four of Cups, it could be that they're seeing themselves in this place or in this role where they feel responsible to take care of everything on their own. They don't want any help from anyone. They don't want any assistance from anyone. And this could be part of the kind of dysfunctional, codependent attitude that they have, right? It could be part of this fire ant energy as well. They may get quite irritated when people try to help them or when you're trying to help them. It could be that too. It could be that this is just the energy between the two of you because you're resonating with Knight of Cups as your role in the relationship. So that's a feeling that you're always the one sort of moving in towards them. You're always sort of giving your cup to them, maybe to help them, to express your love, right? But they see themselves as always like, well, no, I don't need it. No, I don't need it. And whatever reason it is that they keep pushing this cup away, and I do think it is your cup, because if you see yourself as the Knight of Cups, I feel almost like, Aquarius, you're the one who feels like you're always having to make the first move. You're always having to, suggest we make up. If you had a fight, it's like you're the one who's always trying to make up with them. You're the one who's always trying to like bridge the gap or what have you, And so I think that this is all a little bit part of their immaturity to a certain degree because you already see them as a Page of Cups. And then with that fire, that's what I was going to say, with the fire ant energy. Now, fire ants require things to be a certain way. A lot of times they can get really caught up in drama that's around them and get all pissed off and angry. Fire ant energy is just when when you get caught up and you just find yourself all like, agitated, irritable, angry, quick to sort of get upset, right? And all of that. And a lot of it has to do with your environment. because we know in the wild that fire ants, when left alone, are fine, but it's like when they're dealing with a certain environment or something coming in from the environment into their colony, that's when they get upset. And so that's interesting, because it could be that you're dealing also with somebody who is really sort of reactionary to the world around them. Like your person may get very easily upset, they may get easily irritated by people. They may get easily irritated in this relationship with you, especially if you're the one who's kind of constantly coming towards them with a cup of love, and they're constantly sort of saying no. They just might be a generally irritable person, and a lot of this has to do with their disposition and their immaturity. And I wonder that you're maybe deciding what to do now. 6 of Swords and 4 of Cups. There's your 4 of Cups again. And 2 princesses. Okay, this is interesting. So princesses of swords and princesses of wands. So princesses are pages, right? They're the same as pages. Bottom of this deck, we have Ace of Cups. So Ace of Cups has been showing up a lot for the weeklies. But this is interesting. So your person has a sense of victory right now. And a sense of sort of like, interestingly enough, they have a sense of not I don't even want to say victory so much, but a sense of like they know what they're doing and where they're going. 6 of Swords is like, okay, they're deciding that this is the way we're going to go. They want to move towards a place of harmony. Ideally, 6 is the number for harmony, but 6 of Swords is definitely a desire to leave, to go away, to travel, to turn your back on a particular person, place, or thing and move towards someplace else. And this is a real sort of intentional, like, this is what we're doing attitude. But they are covered. Here we go. We had the 4 of Cups all over again. So when the 4 of Cups comes out to clarify like this, it just reminds you that they are being so stubborn, right? They're being very, very stubborn about accepting any help whatsoever, any ideas. And I think that this has a lot to do with their really kind of, their toxic behavior. The devil is generally toxic behavior that comes from all kinds of places. And one of them can be people who are too prideful, people who never want to accept help from anybody. And it all leads to the same type of energy with the devil. Dysfunction, codependency, relationships that are full of toxicity. And here you are, just resonating with all of the pages. You already have a Page of Cups here, which is how you're seeing your person, but it's still a page card on your level. And here you have more pages, princesses. Princess of Swords, Princess of Wands. So it's like you're really trying to stay optimistic and you're really trying to keep your enthusiasm up, right? Princess of Swords is all about maintaining a positive self-image, and Princess of Wands is all about being very idealistic and following your passion no matter what anybody says or thinks. So you're dealing with a tricky situation here. Ace of Cups is here, and it just indicates another ace that this is really, there's a lot of love here. There's a lot of new love here too, and I wonder where this is coming from, but I don't see the interference of anyone else here. Right? So I feel like this love is for this person. So you have a lot of love for them, Aquarius, but I just think that they have some behavior issues that is really kind of like bothering the hell out of you. And it could even be you that's resonating with fire and energy, because you could be getting very irritated with their inability to accept your help, with something. They might be going through something that's outside. For some of you, this is a person who's going through something outside of the relationship, and you keep trying to help them with it, and they're saying no. And again, it's affecting your relationship because you're like, well, what the fuck? I can't help you. I'm trying to be supportive, right? So it's interesting. Nevertheless, you do have the tarantula here, which is a feeling of being at a crossroads. And it's for you, I think, because you do have this Ace of Pentacles. And you say to yourself, well, what is the point of this reading? Why would this message even come out? And I think it's interesting because I think it's raising it's sowing the seed, right? Sowing the seed that you have something really big coming in, Aquarius, a big financial, I want to say, leveling up or opportunity to get the abundance and stability that you desire, right? And you have a great attitude and a real sense of drive here with the Princess of Wands and Princess of Swords, right? So this could just be that in the future, you may get sick of their attitude. You may get really sick of their constantly not taking your help or not accepting your help. Six of Swords, there is a feeling of movement here and wanting to move away. Somebody might be wanting to move away for some reason. You may not be agreeing. It may be you or them, and you guys aren't seeing eye to eye. Or the moving away may have something to do with this devil energy, with just their sort of insecurity. So for some of you, that's going to be a case. And I think for some of you, it could also just be that you are very much wanting to hand your cup of love to somebody. So again, you may indeed get sick of your person's attitude. If your person is also resonating with that, you may be finding somebody else to give that cup of love to, because that Ace of Cups could also indicate a different or new love. Because right now, again, you're at a crossroads. You might make the decision that really changes your whole life. And it may include finding a different love than this person, finding a new love. Because there definitely is a feeling of frustration with them constantly not wanting to accept any help. And yet still resonating with this devil energy, which is not very successful. The devil generally doesn't breed a lot of success, you know. The devil just breeds a lot of short, intermittent moments where you feel good for a second, but you're constantly chasing that, which is that side, which is addiction, basically. So yeah, this is what it's hearkening. And I guess this week we have express your love. So express your love where you can, Aquarius, and see how you feel about this. This is more definitely about your interaction with this person and their issues, but also the fact that there is like a window here letting you know that you have a whole nother life possibly ahead of you. You might be making some major decisions here, some major moves, and they might not include this person at all. They might end up including somebody completely different, somebody new. All right, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. March 29th, April 5th for Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, subscribe, and share. Leave me a comment if you're interested in the Wild Unknown Animal Spirit Deck and Guidebook. If you made it to the end of the video, then thank you so much. That is wonderful, and I'm glad that you did, because as you can see, the messages change, and obviously, by virtue of you watching this video, your guides and spirits and guardians have definitely led you here to get something out of it. So I do hope something in this reading gave you clarity in some area of your life to help you on your progressive way. All right, guys, but I love you so much, Aquarius. Have a wonderful week. I wish you all safety, health, and be kind to each other. So kindness, and I will see you next week for your general sort of love outlook. Bye-bye.